Welcome to Edge Tactical Systems. I'm Guru Darren. This video is going to be all about 10 Silat crucial knife cut applications for beginners. Alright, so this video is going to be an extension of my first video, 10 crucial Silat knife cuts for beginners. This is going to be all about how we can incorporate these in application form. Remember, these are not set techniques, so these are just concepts. If you get in a knife fight, if you can't run, you have to fight with the blade. So keep that in mind when we're training here. Alright, so to review, let's go over the first 10 cuts so we're all on the same page. So I have my man standing in front of me. I face him off. I cut the neck, body, body, neck, neck. Inside the neck is where I actually grab and I do like a corkscrew turn and I drive down the whole body, filleting them open. Groin, femoral, femoral, boom, thrust or thrust, okay? So now how do we utilize these in application form, all right? So if we have a guy coming in with a thrust like that, right? The first thing I want to do is stop the blade here. So I'm going to stop this blade, cut, 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 all right? So just so we're aware, when I stop this blade, I don't want to leave my hand here very long unless I can maintain a grip on that knife hand, because if I leave my hand here, he's going to cut it. So this initial strike is meant to strike with this part of your forearm, this little bony part of your forearm. It's smashing into here. So as he comes in, I cut. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now watch again. 1. I leave that hand be because now I'm taking that neck, cutting, cutting. So your first application is stopping here, neck, boom, boom. So you got that Z pattern, okay? So that's application number 1. When we're training, we want to train these slow. So we ingrain the movements, we make it like you're not even having to think about it. I like to refer to it as you're brushing your teeth in the morning, you don't think about it. You just go straight to doing it. All right, so the second option, if he's coming with like a slash like that, if he comes to that slash, I stop it like this. So remember, the cuts are here, 1, 2, 3. So he comes with that slash, boom, I stop it, right? One more time, stop, right to the neck. So I'm doing a 2-for-1 deal here. I stop it, and it cuts the neck at the same time, right? 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. I'll go extra slow this time. 1. And remember, we're starting off in this position again, right? We don't want to start off here because now I have too many targets for him. So I'm in, exactly, he'll slice me up. So I want to make sure when I do this, I'm in tight. So if I do take cuts, they're to the forearms and not my vital arteries, all right? So 1, 2, 3. And obviously, we would follow up with more poking of holes in the body, takedowns, and just run, right? Let's move on to the next series of cuts. So we had the first set here, the Z pattern, 1, 2, 3. Now we're talking about the high angle thrust and then like a reverse angle thrust here. So 1, 2, okay? So these, remember, I'm showing you a template on a human being, but these options are open. It doesn't necessarily have to be always I'm cutting the throat and then full body. These cuts can be anywhere on the body. First, we start off on set cuts, so we make sure that we rep out these cuts and it just becomes natural, and then it just grows from there where we can cut any part of the body with the same patterns, okay? So we'll work off of now, off a thrust to the belly, right? I'm here in this position. He comes in with that thrust. First thing I do is I angle out of the way and I smash that knife hand or strike that knife hand with the back of my fist, right? Or with the back of my wrist bone, right? So he comes in, 1. I immediately go to check this elbow so he can't come back and slash on me, right? So as soon as I come here, I'm coming up high with my thrust. Boom, right to the neck. This is optional here. I can go to the neck here or right to the back, right where the kidney is, okay? Boom. So if you see a different angle, I'm here. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? A little bit more realistic speed, right? It makes sense. Boom, bah. All right, one more time. All right, so the more times you rep this out, the easier it becomes. So now let's say he comes with a, turn over, come over here. So now he comes with a slash across this way, right? Comes slashing this way. Yeah, can I get out of the way? Sure, I'm here. I can get out of the way if I need to. But if I can't, and I'm in close enough, I'm here, I'm going to stop it like this. Boom, I stop it here. Okay, so I'm here. I stop the blade. Okay, as soon as I stop the blade, it goes immediately to this neck. Then from here, liver. So neck, liver. Boom, boom. So one more time. 1, 2, 3. Here comes the other side. 1, 2, 3. Again, slowly. 1. So again, now when I'm striking this knife hand, my whole goal is to make sure I still stop it here, but I'm also applying a hard strike to the knife hand if possible. If not, I'm going to the arm here. Remember, in Silat, we condition our bones to the point where they're like steel, unbreakable, right? So we want to smash, immediately counter with that spear, and then the other side here, okay? All right, so next portion of the cuts. So remember, we started off with the Z pattern. 1, 2, 3. Then we went to here and then here. So the next part of the cut series will be from this point here, assisting all the way down, going up, and then we're going to take the femoral. So if he comes with, say, a slash, right? I'm stopping with a double forearm strike. So remember, I'm getting out of the way and I'm getting as close as possible, because the further away I am from this blade, the greater the chances are of me being cut. But the closer I am to my opponent and taking his space, the greater my chances are to counter his attack with my counter move, okay? So when he comes in with that, I'm striking here and I'm stopping here, right? As soon as I do that, it immediately goes to the neck. Then I drop down. Remember, I go from that assist. I'm inside his neck. I go right to my hand, and I assist down his whole body. A groin shot, and here. All right, so some things to think about. Some people might say, okay, you got this. Now, what about him countercutting my arm? Think about it. I'm attacking this and immediately stabbing to the neck. I'll take a cut all day long here to take the guy out if he's trying to kill me. So, 1. It's all one move. So 1, 2. So it's like a drum beat. Da da. 1, 2. Drop down, up. We go to the other side. He comes in. 1, 2. Assist down. Come up. Take the femoral. Okay. Variation. He comes with a thrust to, say, my upper chest, right? I could get out of the way of the thrust and attack his hand, right? Remember, these are just concepts. In reality, I might go straight to the hand with a cut, right? And maybe strike the hand and try to release his grip, okay? So he comes with that thrust. I'm in this position, okay? First thing I do is when it comes in, I get out of the way. And I'm coming up here with my attack, right? Right in the crook of my wrist and my hand. Bang. As soon as I do that, it goes straight to his armpit. So it's one move. Just like that. So I angle, thrust to the armpit. While it's inside the armpit is where I do that assist cut down the body. I can do the same finish, or I can go from here, assist down the body, and I can take the femoral, immediately take the femoral. So it could be like thrusting in and taking the femoral, right? So 1, 2. So again, slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Instead of this, I did this, right to the inner thigh, and then cut on the way out. All right, one more time on this side. He comes in, bang, cut down. Either here and then femoral, or here, inner thigh, and then corkscrew turn on the way out. So the blade is inside his leg, and then I'm twisting inside the blade, inside the body, and turning out. All right, so to wrap this up, again, let's review the cuts. 1, 2, 3, thrust, thrust, assist cut down the body. So now we have, from the assisting down the body, we have cutting, cutting, thrust, or thrust. Okay, so the last 3 cuts that we'll go over are this, femoral, femoral, thrust. Okay, so if he's coming with, say, a slash down the body, first thing I need to do is I got to get out of the way because he's trying to cut down my center line. So when that comes, I'm going to do what we call like a rooftop parry. So rooftop. So when I come up, I'm cutting at the same time. Now when we're doing this, obviously the more you train it, the more accurate you're going to be. But if you have no idea what you're doing, don't cut your own hand, obviously. All right? So we're out of the way. Okay? This is making a circular motion to the groin. Then I take his femoral, femoral, bladder. Okay? So another thing, he comes up. When I do this and I come low, you can trap this arm against the leg as I'm coming up to the groin. Okay? Then cut, cut, boom, thrust. Okay? So he can try thrusting all day long. And when we're doing this grab, I want to control it I don't want to control it above the wrist because now he has the capabilities of cutting me, right? But if I come down towards the hand and I grip it from this side, he's going to have a hard time cutting my body or my arm or whatever, okay? So from this side, this angle here, he comes in, I'm in this position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Now another thing to think about, what if I get him here, okay? And I bring him to this position here, I can cut this bicep, right, from the first cuts we did, 1, 2, and then come up under the groin and then femoral and bladder. Okay, so it's overkill, but these cuts are going to be done quickly and precisely. Okay, so the next possible technique would be, say he's in an ice pick. Okay, so he comes in, same thing, except now I'm stopping the blade up high and I'm creating this little fulcrum here against my arm, the flat of the blade, and I'm going for this disarm, okay? So we'll talk about the caveat to this, okay? If this is a double-sided blade and you have no idea, now you're going to run the risk of possibly getting cut, okay? So that's caveat number 1. Caveat number 2, if he decides to play with his blade like this, you're still getting cut, okay? So we need to keep in mind that we are going to get cut no matter what. So at the end of the day, where do you want to get cut? Do you want to get cut on the arm, or do you want to take a knife to the abdomen, armpit, right? So I'd rather take a cut to the arm. So how this is going to work is I'm going 1. So remember, you've got to get out of the way. Out of the way, I grab a nice solid grab, create that fulcrum, okay? From there, I'm good with that hand. I don't care anymore. So now I can drop down low, 1, 2, 3. So as I drop down low, right, I'm here, I just disarm the blade. I'm coming up here, femoral, femoral, bladder, okay? From a different angle, goes and grabs his knife. I'm in position, 1, disarm, bladder, or excuse me, groin, femoral, femoral, bladder. All right, so those are some possibilities. Now remember, once you get good at these cuts, grab your blade, these techniques, remember, they're just techniques. These are not set in stone. If he comes with a, like say like a high thrust, right? There's my first cut from the drill we did, right? So he comes in, 1, 2, there's my second cut, 1, 2, right? What if he comes with maybe a thrust? He comes with this thrust, I can go straight to this, right? Or down low. So it's up to you to be the artist. Ingrain these movements Know them, live them, love them. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed the material. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. Like and subscribe. There's a button right there you can push. Train hard and stay safe.